Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. How's everybody doing? Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing tonight? You guys enjoying Halloween? John McCarter, you do any trick-or-treating, buddy? Do any trick-or-treating? I know I teased last night near the end of the episode that I would possibly do like a Halloween-themed episode. But I put some time into it. I'm like, I just need more time to figure out how to do that and make it an interesting episode and not just boring. So it's going to be a normal fucking just covering the current events episode. Maybe in the next Halloween, if you guys really are hyped about that, next Halloween, I'll put in a lot of time to prepare a special Halloween episode. But I couldn't do it in the short amount of time from when I conceived the idea till now. So, but much love, everybody. Happy Halloweeny. I don't know what it is about the Family Guy. Every time I hear Happy Halloween, I want to say it like the diddler from Family Guy. Happy Halloweeny. I don't know. It's weird. I'm weird. I know. What's up, everybody? Howdy, howdy. Andy, Random Edits. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Brandon L, Low Sugars. That's good. It's good to have low sugars. Don Cuvey. What's up, brother? El Jefe. Happy Halloween, El Jefe. That Rabbit's Dynamite. What's up, dude? Let's get right into this. We got basically a Halloween ritual from Trump here, which is pretty funny. I don't know why Trump does this. Here, let me pull this up. Got too many windows open. I don't know why Trump does this, but at this point, it's pretty hilarious, and you might as well just keep doing it. You know, the old setting the candy. Like, why does he do this? Does he know this is a meme at this point? He's like, I got to do it. At least one kid. I got to put some candy on their head. Let's watch it again. The kid's like, okay, give me the candy, and he's like, nope, on your head. No, this is perfect. You have a lamp. I can put this candy right on top of your head. So yeah, that kid. I wonder if that kid's like, well, what the figure out how to get this candy off my head. I don't know, man. There's something funny about that, and I think Trump knows it's a meme at this point. So he's like, yeah, there's always got to be one kid. I gotta fucking drop some candy on his head. I don't know. It's hilarious. JD Vance dressed like the meme today. In order for this to really work, he'd have to like put on like a fat face or like put on some makeup to make himself look fatter. But he tried.
Happy Halloween, kids. And remember, say thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it just don't hit the same, bro. It's like you tried. The hair's not really there. It's not really matching. You know, you need the no part in the middle. And yeah, it just doesn't work without the super fat face. But it's a good attempt, and it, you know, at least he tried. You know, he's in the spirit. That's great. But yeah, he's got to figure out next year. He's got to figure out how to like put on some like prosthetics or I don't know, some sort of makeup or get like some Hollywood special effects artist and really go for it, bro. Really go for it. Or maybe by next Halloween, he'll put on some weight. That's what you could do. Like just start eating as much candy as possible until next Halloween. Which by the way, this year I did not buy any candy because what happened last year is I bought a bunch of fucking candy. Nobody showed up. Not a single knock on my fucking door. So I ended up eating all that candy myself, putting on a ton of weight. And I said, this year I go, no, I'm not doing it. Because it ends up being me who eats all the fucking candy. And I already gained 10 pounds. I got to make sure I don't gain any more weight. And then guess what? This year kids are stopping by. And I'm like, here's some popcorn. Here's a bag of popcorn. Throw it in your microwave. You know, it's not candy, but popcorn's fun, you know. I almost thought about ordering a pizza and just like handing out slices of pizza or some shit. But yeah, no candy for me this year, bro. I got to keep my weight in check. Because I love me some Reese's, dude. The Reese's peanut butter cups, I could eat like 100 of them a day, dude. They're so fucking good. So I got to be careful not to unleash the candy demon within inside me. That candy demon's in there, bro. And it's ready to come out. Bro, in my neighborhood, they're driving from house to house. Literally no one is walking the streets. It's wild. It makes me kind of sad. Yeah, there's not a lot. Like this year, it's only been one person that knocked on the door. Last year was nobody. This year was one person. It was like, damn. But still, what am I gonna do? Buy a bunch of candy for one fucking kid that comes by? Like, no, I'm not gonna bother with it, dude. So yeah, Elon, it blows me away the views that Rogan gets with Elon now. You remember when Rogan and Elon used to do an episode and it would just blow up the entire internet? And now, like, this came out today. Earlier today, it's probably been out with about 1 o'clock. It's probably been out about 8 hours now, somewhere around there. It's only at 200,000 views, which kind of blows me away. And this is just a clip, of course. I imagine the whole episode's probably got more views. But I really feel like YouTube is playing some weird fucking games with Rogan's channel. It's weird. Like, if I was conspiratorial minded, which I'm not, I don't believe in any conspiracies. You know, it does seem like they might have fucking put some weird labels, because that's how they do it. They put some labels on your channel behind the scenes that nobody can see, like misinformation, adult content, adult themes, sexual themes, whatever, to just make it like, oh, hold it back a little bit. And then you fucking, anybody that fucking makes videos talking about how terrible Rogan is, you boost those in your algorithm. So it looks more natural, like, oh, everybody just hates Rogan now. That's why he's getting less views. I'm very suspicious of it because it's just weird. It's just weird. But yeah, Elon goes into the Doge shit. There's a lot of great shit from Elon on this one. We're going to cover that, and then we're going to catch up on all the latest with ICE, all the shit going on in Chicago. It looks like there was some crazy shit happening in Buffalo, because if you guys remember, tomorrow is the end of EBT, November 1st. So there were some clips coming out of Buffalo. It looks like they're already starting to do some weird shit surrounding that. So, but let's get it kicked off with this one. Elon Musk details Doge's most shocking discoveries.
Rogan experience.
That's the nature of the scam. It's a bank shot. So then the rebuttal from the Dems is like, oh, well, the vast
By the way, I can't help but notice Elon got some titties, bro. Elon got some titties, dude. Those are some nice little titties, Elon. What's going on, bro? What's going on? You're eating too good. See, he's in South Texas eating too much Mexican food. I know what it is. The Mexican food's so fucking good down there. And he's just like tearing up the fucking taquitos every morning with the flour tortillas. That'll get you them titties, bro. He got some titties.
The majority of the people who are marked as live in the Social Security Administration weren't receiving Social Security Administration payments. That is true. What they forgot to mention is they're getting fraudulent payments from every other government program. And that's why the Dems were so opposed to turning off, to declaring someone dead who was dead, because it would stop the entire all the other fraud from happening.
And so, but all this, is it trackable? Like all this other fraud,
it's totally
if they
trackable.
wanted to, they could chase it all down.
Yeah, it's not even hard.
And yet they're opposing chasing it all down.
They're opposing chasing it all down because it turns off the money magnet for the illegals.
So this is the thing. People have been talking about this for a while, but it's kind of hard to chase down. But there seems to be some sort of dark money funding that's going to illegals. And from what Elon's saying, it's tied to these fraudulent Social Security numbers that are like tied to people that are no way alive, because their birth dates mean they're like would be the oldest person alive. And then sometimes there's birth dates that are like in the future. It's very weird. But he's saying they're using these like Social Security numbers to like actually run a ton of fraud. And yeah, it really sucks that Doge kind of seems to have gone away, because that was one thing that I think most of America was behind. Like the ratings, the approval ratings for Trump when Doge was at its peak were really fucking high. So like, yeah, dude, we really got to fucking figure out how to get government spending down, especially like the corrupt government spending, dude.
Wow.
Because it's very logical to like I'm saying the most common sense things possible. If someone's got a birthday in Social Security that is an impossible birthday, meaning they are older than the oldest living American or were born in the future, then you should call them and say, excuse me, we seem to have your birthday wrong, because it says that you're 200 years old. That's all you need to do. And
then you would remove them from the Social Security database and make that number no longer available for all those other government payments.
Exactly.
Wow. And how much money are we talking?
It's hundreds of billions of dollars.
And this is all traceable. Like you could.
Someone said Elon's trying to compete with Sydney Sweeney now. Rabbit's Dynamite, dude. Sydney Sweeney, bro. I used to be one of those like, she's pretty, but I don't get it. And then like I saw some pictures that were going around this weekend, and I was like, oh, I get it now. I totally fucking get it, bro. Holy shit, Sydney Sweeney. Calm down, lady. Calm down. You're gonna make us all crazy.
Hunt all this down.
Like you don't need to be Sherlock Holmes here. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
we don't need to call Sherlock Holmes for this one.
Is this part of
the? We just need to call the person.
Is this
and say, excuse me, we seem to have the like we must have your birthday wrong because it says you're 200 years old or were born in the future. So could you tell us what your birthday is? That's all you need to do. It's that simple.
But all these other government payments that are available that are connected to this social security.
And Andy's saying she's mid. Dude, did you see the photos going around of her in that white dress? I'm sorry, bro. I take it back. She's not mid, in my opinion. It's everybody's fucking crashing out over how hot she is now. She's pretty fucking hot, dude. I have to say, she's pretty fucking hot.
Security number. It seems like if you just chased that all down, you would find the widespread fraud. You would find where it's going.
Yes, but the root of the problem is the Social Security Administration database, because the Social Security number in the United States is used as a de facto national ID number. You know, that's why, like, the bank always asks for your social. So, like, any financial institution will ask for your Social Security number.
Was it silver, olive? Sorry, I'm colorblind. White, silver, all looks. I mean, honestly, I wasn't paying much attention to the color of her dress, olive. It was a little hard to really. I think you get my point, Olive. Come on now. Silver dress.
It sounds so insane that this isn't chased down. I mean,
I agree.
That I mean that in and of itself that's such mishandling.
Yes. No, it's mind blowing. So yeah, it's crazy.
Well, you were very reluctant last time you were here to talk about the extent of some of the fraud, because you're like, they could kill me because this is kind of.
What I'm saying is that, if you create to be pragmatic and realistic, you actually can't manage to zero fraud. You can manage to low fraud number, but not to zero fraud. If you manage to zero fraud, you're going to push so many people over the edge who are receiving fraudulent payments that the number of inbound homicidal maniacs will be really hard to overcome.
Are you? That's hard to wrap my head around. So if you got rid of all fraud, right? Not just cut it down a little bit, zero fraud, you would have mobs of angry people. Like you would have like an insurrection, some sort of crazy revolution because you got rid of all the fraud. I don't know if I buy that. If that's the case, then yeah, we're pretty fucked in this country, dude. We're pretty fucked.
So I'm actually taking, I think, quite a reasonable position, which is that we should simply reduce the amount of fraud, which I think is not an extremist position. And we should aspire to, have less fraud over time. Not that we should be ultra draconian and eliminate every last scrap of fraud.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't we want to get rid of all fraud?
Which I guess would be nice to have, but like we don't even need to go that extreme. I'm saying we should just stop the blatant, large-scale, super obvious fraud. I think that's a reasonable position.
It's a very reasonable position.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we at least do that, but I mean, I'd say get it as close to zero as possible. Because if you let any slip through, then that just like motivates people to do more. Oh, they're getting away with fraud. Well, let me try some fraud over here. I want some fraud too.
So what was the most shocking pushback that you got when you started implementing Doge, when you started investigating into where money was going?
Well, I guess I should have anticipated this, but while most of the fraudulent government payments especially to the NGOs, go to the Democrats, most of it, like, I don't know, for argument's sake, let's say 80%, maybe 90%, 10 to 20% of it does go to Republicans. And so when
That's
we
not
turn off
surprising.
funding to a fraudulent,
I would imagine, yeah, both sides are fucking doing. Both sides are. I mean, he's saying 10 to 20%. So obviously, it's way more Democrats than Republicans, but that might explain why there's so much pushback. And at the end of the day, it was very little. Although we could see, like, we just opened the door and like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on here? And then they're like, shut it down, get out of here. But yeah, because both sides are doing it, dude. So they both have an interest in fucking trying to stop it. But yeah, let me share the link for you guys before I forget to do this. This is a link to the clip I am watching. I'm sure all of you already know where Joe Rogan's channels are, but just in case, you know, you don't have to have me interrupting. You can go watch it yourself.
NGO, we'd get complaints from
Links in
whatever
the chat.
the 10% of
Love you guys.
Republicans who are receiving the money.
How do you do the heart?
And they would, you know,
How do you
they
do a
would
heart?
very loudly complain.
Yeah.
Because they're
I don't know how to do a heart.
The honest answer is the Republicans are,
Sorry,
are
guys.
partly, they're receiving some of the fraud too. They're getting a vig.
Jesus.
Yeah. I want to be clear. It's not like the Republican Party is some
No.
ultra pure paragon of virtue here.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, the neocons were just as bad. If you go back, you know, 20 years ago, the neocons were the problem more than the Democrats were. So yeah, of course the Republicans are going to be involved as well. You know, that's why a lot of us that hated fucking neocons and hated Democrats, we voted for Trump. Because you're like, okay, this is a guy who's talking shit about everyone, but then once again, Trump gets in. And yes, it's better with Trump than without. But, you know, like fucking Asmongold was saying earlier, we're going to play a clip, and I totally agree. You know, with Asmund, Nick Fuentes as well. Like, it's time to stop playing fucking games, dude. This country's life is on the line, dude. Like, if we don't get serious right now and start going after these crooks, we will end up in a civil war, and things are going to get so fucking bad. So fucking bad.
You see that with the congressional insider trading. It's across the board.
Yeah.
It's left and right.
I mean, the whole uniparty criticism has some validity to it. You know, there's so, and it's like if you turn off fraudulent payments, it's not like I said, it's not like 100% of those payments were going to Democrats. A small percentage were also going to Republicans. Those Republicans complain very loudly. You know, and that's so there was a lot of pushback on the Republican side when we started cutting some of these funds. And I tried telling them, like, well, you know, 90% of the money is going to your opponents, but they still, even if they're getting 10% of the money,
They want their piece.
Yeah, they want their piece.
Do we have the names of these Republicans who are fighting back? Because to me, this is fucking a godsend. This is some of the most important work you could do for our country right now, is to go in and find the people robbing American taxpayers and putting a stop to it and making sure those people face justice. So who are these people, man?
And they've been
Name
getting
names.
that piece for a long time.
Yes.
Did you
This is
think
why, like, you know, politics is like,
it's dirty business?
yeah. I mean, that's like saying if you like sausages and respect the law, do not watch either of them being made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's not even true because I've made
I mean, it's so typical of Joe to be like, wow. Like, he's, a lot of Joe's responses now are just like, wow, holy shit. Whoa.
sausage before.
Yeah. It's actually
It's like, it's not that big a deal.
It's
You add
much better than
fat and
politics.
spices and casing, run it through the machine. Not that big a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the stuff I'm saying here is not like if you stand back and think about it for a second, like, oh yeah, that makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like one political party is going to be pure devil or pure angel. There's I think there's much more corruption on the Democrat side, but there's still some corruption on the Republican side.
How
too.
did it happen that the majority of the corruption wound up being on the Democrat side?
Well, because the transfer payments, especially to illegals, are very much on the Democrat side.
So that's the root of it all, is the illegal situation.
Yes, I mean there's
Or a focal point.
Yes, it's also like it would also be accurate to say that while obviously not everyone who's a Democrat is a criminal, almost everyone who is a criminal is a Democrat.
It's hard for me to understand this. Like, I got to probably deep dive into this. Like, how are they getting the money to the illegals? Was it part of the USAID shit where they're like just kind of like in secret funneling money to illegals? Because when I look it up, I mean, I try to do research and it's like the AI is not very helpful because the AI is like, no, none of this is going on. There was some state programs, but they're very limited and they're already not around anymore. And it's like, man, someone needs to like, maybe like Mike Benz has already and I missed it, but like just really make it clear, draw it out. Like, how are they doing this shit? How are they? Because, you know, if you're an illegal, if you're here illegally, you're not supposed to have access to any sort of fucking entitlements. Okay. That's the law. Okay. If you're here legally, you got a green card or whatever, you're not supposed to get entitlements for at least 5 years. Now, if you're a refugee, then you can get entitlements right away. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're giving people in the paperwork, they're listing them as refugees so that they can get entitlements. I don't know, but I'd like to see like a real breakdown to like where it's very clear how they're doing this. I'm sure Tim Hill knows. Tim, you got to break it down for us.
Because the Democrats are the soft on crime party. So if you're a criminal, who are you going to vote for?
Right.
The soft on crime party.
Did you think you were going to be able to get more done than you were?
We did get a lot done.
Right.
And Doge is still happening, by the way. The Doge is still underway. There's still waste and fraud being cut by the Doge team. So it hasn't stopped.
It's less publicized.
It's less publicized. And they don't have like a clear person to attack anymore.
Well, it seems like once you stepped away.
They're basically, they applied immense pressure to me to stop it. So then I'm like, the best thing for me is to just, you know.
Remember, they were like literally burning down like Tesla fucking dealerships, dude. Sitting there lighting Teslas on fire. Like, Elon did great work, but he did bring like maybe too much attention to it because it's like almost better that this type of shit happens behind the scenes with very little attention, right? Like if you're trying to take down the mafia, like you don't want the mafia to know you're putting a case together. You want them to keep doing their thing as you build your case. So I don't know. Hopefully Doge is still fucking doing something, but we need to make something like that permanent, just like a permanent police force, investigative fucking bureau that's only job is to fucking weed out corruption in government.
Cut out of this. And in any case, as a special government employee, I could only be there for like 120 days anyway, something like that. So whatever the law says. So I was necessarily could only be there for 4 months as a special government employee. So, yeah, I mean, you turn off the money spigot to fraudsters, they get very upset, to say the least. But
well, yeah, let them be upset in jail. If they're defrauding the government, dude, lock them the fuck up and let them be upset all they want in their little prison cell as they eat their top ramen and jerk off to some memory of, you know, some chick that they were with 20 years. Like, I don't know, whatever people do in jail. Let them be angry in jail, okay? How about that?
My death threat level went ballistic, you know.
What's up, Rabbits? How you doing, brother?
That Rabbits Dynamite super chatted $10. There should be a Doge department in every state.
Yeah, at the state level, federal level, like every level of government, there should be probably the biggest fucking enforcement agencies should be all about catching government corruption and ensuring that federal tax dollars, local, state tax dollars are not being siphoned away so people can get rich off of taxpayers, dude. Because that like should be punishable by like 20 years in fucking prison and at least 10 gang rapes by Bubba.
It was like a rocket going to orbit. Yeah. So, but
well,
now that I'm on DC,
I
guess they don't really have a person to attack anymore.
Well, the rhetoric about you has calmed down significantly.
Yeah.
It was disturbing. It was disturbing to watch. It was like, this is crazy. And to watch these politicians engage in it and all these people just like framing you as this monster. I was like, this is so weird. Like, this is what happens when you uncover fraud.
Yes.
The whole machine turns on you. And if it wasn't
Yeah.
for a person like you who owns a platform and has an enormous amount of money, like, it could have destroyed you.
Yeah.
And that was the goal.
The goal was to destroy me, absolutely.
Because you were getting in the way
of
this amazing graft.
This gigantic fraud machine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Doge team's done a lot of good work. In terms of fraud and waste prevented, my guess is it's probably on the order of $200 or $300 billion a year. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, but I bet you could be even better, couldn't it? Couldn't it?
What do you think could have been done if you just had like full reign and total cooperation? How much do you think you could have saved?
I mean, what level of power are we assuming here?
Godlike.
Oh, yeah, I could probably cut the federal budget in half.
Oh, dude. It so needs to be done. I don't think people realize, like, just the interest payment. Look, we have the largest military in the world by far. It doesn't even come close. Our military budget is insane. The interest payments on our debt are already, I think, if not already, soon to be more than the cost of our entire military budget. And if a lot of this shit, this spending that we're doing is just fucking fraud, then what? It's not even going to the benefit of Americans. It's just being fucking stolen by people. It's something needs to be done.
And get more done.
This has got to be back to like being top priority for Trump again.
That is so crazy. It is so crazy
Yeah.
that it's
Get more
that
done and federal budget in half.
widespread. It's that widespread.
Well, I mean, a whole bunch of government departments simply shouldn't exist, in my opinion.
Like examples.
Well, the Department of Education, which was created recently, like under Jimmy Carter, our educational results have gone downhill ever since it was created. So if you create a department and the result of creating that department is a massive decline in educational results, and it's the Department of Education, you're better off not having it, because we did better before there was one than after.
When you let the states run it.
Yeah.
I think it's time to reform the whole entire school system. We need some geniuses like Elon Musk, some really smart people to just redesign the whole system, because the system was built to make good factory workers, and there's no factory jobs anymore. The type of jobs that are going to be in the future are going to be like, hey, go make a business, go fucking out there and hustle, start your own little side gig, go mow lawns and fucking. It's not going to be these like 9 to 5 factory jobs. We do, I think, need to completely rehaul the education system to make people like more creative and more entrepreneurial, as opposed to just good little factory workers. Because that shit's it's out, dude. It's old. It's old. That shit doesn't apply to the world that these kids are going to be graduating into.
Yeah.
Because at least the states can compete with one another. But the problem is, like, you hear like cutting Department of Education. Well, our kids need education. Like, yeah, they do. But this is a new department that didn't even exist, until the late 70s. And ever since that department was created, the education results have declined. And so why would you have an institution continue that has made education worse? It doesn't make sense.
They killed it though, right?
No, there's still, unfortunately.
But they were trying to kill it.
It has been substantially reduced.
Okay. What other organizations? What other departments?
Well, I mean, I'm a small government guy, so.
Me too.
When the country was created, we just had the Department of State, Department of War, and sort of the Department of Justice. We had an Attorney General. And Treasury Department. I don't know why you need more than that.
Let the states handle
so
everything
what
else.
other departments specifically do you think are just completely ineffective?
Which we do need still, like, the federal government to manage borders, right? Would that be part of Department of War? Department of Border? I mean, I guess you would keep, that'd be one thing you'd keep, would be, Border Patrol. Because that needs to be under federal jurisdiction, because clearly states can't be fucking relied on to follow the federal laws when it comes to our borders, so that we have a fair playing field between the states. So, yeah, definitely the Fed needs to still do that. But other than that, there's very few other things. The rest all states can take care of it.
I mean, here it's like a question. It's a sort of philosophical question of how much government do you think there should be?
Right.
In my opinion, there should be the least amount of government.
I've heard the most bizarre argument against
DHS, right? That'd be DHS. Thank you to Just One. The Just One he's got the answers for me.
this is that you're cutting
Department of
jobs
Homeland
and you're
Security.
gonna
They're
leave
in charge
people
of our borders,
jobless.
right?
I'm like, but their jobs are useless. They're
paying people to do
detrimental.
nothing doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like there's a great it's a story about like Milton Friedman, who is awesome. Generally whatever Milton Friedman said is, people should do that thing. I'm not sure if it's apocryphal or not, but it's like someone complained to him, like he observed, I think, people that were like digging ditches with shovels, and he said, well, like allegedly Freeman said, well, I think you should use excavating equipment instead of shovels, and you could get it done with far fewer people. And then someone said, well, but then we're going to lose a lot of jobs. Well, then Friedman says, well, in that case, why don't you have them use teaspoons? just dig ditches with teaspoons. Think of all the jobs you'll create. I mean,
how many federal jobs are like that where people barely fucking work? This is probably why they become commies, dude. A lot of federal workers, like, they seem to become commies pretty quick. Because it's like, well, I mean, I have a job that pays me really well and takes care of everything I do, and I barely even have to work. Why can't everybody else have that?
It's bullshit. Basically, you just want people to work on things that are productive. You want people to work on building things, on building, providing products and services that people find valuable, like making food, being a farmer or a plumber or electrician or just anyone who's a builder or providing useful services, and that's what you want people to be doing, not fake government jobs that don't add any value or may subtract value.
They look good on paper, bro.
There's also
It reminds me when I used to work in telecom. There were so many jobs we would show up and they would be the dumbest fucking kids, like people with barely any experience, but on paper they were the cheapest, right? So like when you're bidding for the job, you always underbid everybody. So then you end up having to do the job on some crazy low fucking budget. And on paper you go, okay, let's get all the cheapest fucking people we can to pay, the lowest fucking hourly we can get. And then what happens? They fuck the job up. And then instead of a job that would have been a week, that job becomes a month. And then what do? You have to actually go, oh shit, well, we need to actually now pay the people big bucks. We got to pay the people who know what the fuck they're doing to come in and fix all the mistakes that the fucking dumb kids who don't know what they're doing, who will accept those low wages, what they just did. We got to go and have them fix everything. And then your budget fucking balloons. Right? But it looked good on paper when you're in your office going, oh shit, we could do it for this amount, but we have to make sure we only pay $25 an hour. And then we're going to have to get all the kind of like young, not as experienced workers, but we'll get done. Look how much money we'll save. And then they end up spending 10 times as much because you have to pay all those cheap workers. And then you got to end up paying people big bucks to come fix the fuck up that those cheap workers did. There's so many things that get fucked up because it looks good on paper, guys. Looks great on paper.
To illustrate the absurdity of also how is the economy measured, like the way economists measure the economy is nonsensical, because they'll measure any job, no matter, even if that job is a dumb job that has no point and is even counterproductive. So the joke is like there's two economists going on a hike in the woods.
I'll be honest. Someone said Elon looks crazy as hell here. Yeah, he kind of looks like a trans man. He looks, or maybe like a middle-aged lesbian, God bless him though. But those titties are popping, bro. I mean, Elon, lay off the Mexican food, bro. Lay off the Mexican food. What's up? Thank you, Hole and Dan Sock with the gifted membership. What's up, Dan? How you doing, brother? Antonio K, welcome to the team. Welcome, Antonio K.
They come across a pile of shit, and one economist says to the other, I'll pay you $100 to eat that shit. So the economist eats the shit, gets the $100. They keep walking. Then the other then they come across another pile of shit, and the the other economist says, "Now I'll pay you $100 to eat the pile of shit." So he pays the other economist $100 to pile of shit. Then the way they said, "Look, wait a second. We both just ate a pile of shit, and we don't have any more extra money. Like we both you just gave the $100 back to me, and we both ate a pile of shit. This doesn't make any sense." And they said, "No, but think of the economy, because that's $200 of in the economy. That basically that measure eating shit would count as a job." This is to illustrate the absurdity of economics.
There is a huge problem with our economy where there's so many people making money that are not adding any value, right? Like the guy that shows up and builds your porch, the guy that shows up and fucking, unclogs your toilet, the guy who shows up and, installs a new carpet for you, fixes your air conditioning. These are the people that add value. But there's so many jobs where you're kind of just there, kind of shifting numbers back and forth, and you make money just off the numbers going back and forth. But God bless you if that's the kind of living you make. But there needs to be a focus on like things that actually provide value to the society, rather than just like, oh, I'm just a middleman parasite getting tons of money, just kind of being in the middle of everything.
One of the things you said when
eating shit should not count as a job.
One of the things you said when you stepped away is that you're kind of done and that it's unfixable. That, or under its current form, the way people are approaching it.
You can make it directionally better, but ultimately you can't fully fix the system. It would be accurate to say that even like unless you could go like super draconian, like Genghis Khan level on cutting waste and fraud, which you can't really do in a democratic country, or an aspirationally democratic country, then there's no way to solve the debt crisis. So we got national debt that's just insane, where the interest payments on the debt exceed our entire military budget. Yes. I mean, that was one of the wake up calls for me. I was like, wait a second, the interest on a national debt is bigger than the entire.
That's $1 trillion that do not go into the economy, do not benefit anybody, that you can't fund anything with. It's just gone. $1 trillion gone towards the interest. Yeah, let's keep doing this, guys. This is working real well, the way we're doing things. What's up, Dan?
Dan's Sock super chatted $3.57. I know you are working on it, Ping. Let's try to get custom emojis around Christmas time if that's possible. It means a lot. Thanks.
I'll try this.
Happy holidays, guys.
I'll try my best this weekend to get it done. I gotta go create emojis. I'm not an artist like that, dude. So I don't know how. I guess I'll use it. I'll figure it out, Dan. I'll figure it out. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate the support, brother. And smash a thumbs up, guys. I don't know where we're at now, but wherever we're at, we need more. We need more thumbs up.
The entire military budget?
And the link's in the description if you want to support.
And growing?
And join the Discord.
This is crazy. So even if you implement all these savings, you're only delaying the day of reckoning for when America goes bankrupt. So unless you go full Genghis Khan. Which you can't really do. So, so I came to the conclusion that the only way to get us out of the debt crisis and to prevent America from going bankrupt is AI and robotics. So, like, we need to grow the economy at a rate that allows us to pay off our debt.
We're going to hit a really interesting situation because if this does, and it looks like it's just a matter of time before robots and AI get to the point where very few people are going to be able to work because you're going to have robots doing all the work. And at that point, what do you do? I mean, at that point, a lot of fucking people on the right, like myself, are going to be like, I guess we have to have some sort of universal income. Or the other thing is like assigning robots to people. You know, like you have robots that work for you, and whatever that robot does, you know, you get the benefit from the labor of that robot. But man, that's going to upend society in a way that it's going to completely rewrite the world if we have robots doing the work. We might all be on EBT at that point, boys.
I guess people just generally don't appreciate the degree to which, the government overspending is a problem. But even like the Social Security website, this is under the Biden administration. On the website, it would say like we based on current demographic trends, and how much money Social Security is bringing in versus how many Social Security recipients there are, because we have an aging population. Relatively speaking, the average age is increasing. Social Security will not be able to maintain its full payments, I think, by 2032. So Social Security will have to start reducing the amount of money that's been paid to people in about 7 years.
And so the only way to fix that, robotics, manufacturing, raise GDP.
You've got to basically massively increase the economic output.
The problem is nothing's going to be done because it's so unpopular, the idea of even touching Social Security. But to me, like, I don't understand why people would freak out if it's like, you know what, actually, let's phase it out. Let's just phase it out starting next year. People will no longer be forced to pay into Social Security, and everybody that paid into it will take care of you. It's got to be a way to get off of this, you know, and just be like, okay, we're going to just move everything to retirement plans that you can put money into, and that money will just grow interest or whatever. But, yeah, can we just phase it out, dude? Because that's when I talk about taxes, like how fucked I get when it comes to tax season, most of it is Social Security tax. Because a lot of you, if you're working for an employer, you're paying 7%, and the employer pays the other 7%. Me, as a self-employed guy who works for myself, I got to pay 15%. And it gets to be a lot on top of the federal income tax. If all I had was the FICA tax, it would not be that bad. I would not be emptying my entire fucking savings account every year to pay the IRS. But with Social Security tax, it's fucking... I mean, yeah, okay, well, we'll take care of you when you retire at 67 if you're lucky to live long enough, and probably by that time they'll move the age to 75. But the cost of that is that you really can't have a savings account unless you really fucking hit it big and like are making tons of fucking money. But if you're just the average person living paycheck to paycheck, especially if you're not gaming the system and you don't have 100 fucking kids, it just means you don't get to have a savings account. That's wonderful.
And the only way to do that is AI and robotics. So basically, we're going bankrupt without AI and robotics, even with a bunch of savings. The savings, like reducing waste and fraud, can give us a longer runway, but it cannot ultimately pay off our national debt.
So like, think about that. Okay, you paid $12,000. El Jefe says he's paid $12,000 as a Social Security tax already this year. Wouldn't it be better if that money went to a fucking retirement account, El Jefe? Wouldn't you feel better if that money went into an account that you could access once you decided to retire at whatever age you decide to fucking retire? Rather than it just disappears and then now I have to... It's such a fucked up system, dude. And correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Social Security supposed to be private? And then they I think in the 70s, they made it not private to where the government could go in and access that money. And then from that point on, it's been totally fucked. It's been totally fucked. This is why we need a king, because shit like this will never get fixed. Because both sides are too afraid they might not get the votes they need if they ever say anything bad about Social Security or go like, hey, we actually need to fix this. We need to phase it out. We got to figure something out because this isn't going to work. You can't do that because then you're guaranteed you're not going to get elected. If we had a king would be like, sorry, bitches. But yeah, we're getting rid of it. We're going to replace it with something else. Yeah, I know it sucks, the idea of a king, but at a certain point when you have such a useless fucking government, it's just, you're repeating Rome where you have a useless Senate, nothing gets done. It's like people might actually at some point be like, you know what? A fucking king would be nice. Much better than this shit, but obviously it would come with a lot of downsides too. But I don't know, man. I don't know how we fix anything anymore. I really don't. It seems like it's just inevitable that we're just, shit's just gonna get bad. We need an emperor. Okay, an emperor will work too. Give me an emperor. I'll put my name in the hat, dude. I want to be king. I want to be king too. Elon Musk goes on Rogan and tears the mask off, exposing exactly why Democrats are prolonging the government shutdown.
The reason you have the standoff is because if the hundreds of billions of dollars.
I didn't add some people get triggered by the closed caption. This seems to be in the video itself, so I can't turn it off.
To create a financial incentive to have this giant magnet to attract illegals from every part of Earth to these states. If that is turned off, the illegals will leave.
Yeah, I remember that. Hairway to Stephen. Hairway to Stephen says George W. Bush wanted to privatize Social Security. Would have been nice. Probably we'd be in a much better situation right now. Probably one of the few good ideas Bush fucking had. But of course, it was super unpopular, and it was like the Dems ran on that. Like, oh, the Republicans want to take away your Social Security. They want your grandma to starve. It's like, bro, it'd be so much better, especially if if it goes to like a regular retirement account where like they can invest it and then it earns money like a 401k. Bro, that's so much better than it just being a tax that disappears. And then I don't even know if I'm going to get back what I paid into it. I don't know if I'm going to die before I can get it. It's such a weird system right now.
Because they're no longer being paid to come to the United States and stay here.
Wow.
And then the illegals from every part of Earth to the reason you have the standoff is because if the hundreds of billions of dollars to create a financial incentive to have this giant magnet to attract illegals from every part of Earth to these states, if that is turned off, the illegals will leave because they're no longer being paid to come to the United States and stay here.
Wow.
And then they will lose a lot of voters. The Democratic Party will lose a lot of voters.
And they would have a very difficult job if this is kicked out of.
Well, thank you,
Super chatted $20. Got to pay my ping fees. At least we know where the money gets spent in the pingdom.
Yeah, your kingly dues. Yeah, pay your tax to the king, El Jefe. Thank you for the 20, brother. I appreciate the support, man.
Reintroducing it into a new bill.
Yes.
Especially once things start normalizing.
Yes. So, in a nutshell, the Democratic Party wants to destroy democracy by importing voters. And
I think everybody realizes this.
The Republican Party disagrees with that.
And the ruse is that if you don't accept what they're doing, then you're a threat to democracy.
Yes.
And then eventually, when they get power, I think what they're going to do, like right now, it already benefits them because in the census, they'll get more representation because the illegals are counted in the census. But then once they get enough power and they have the ability to, they're going to fucking give these people amnesty. They're going to give them citizenship, and then they will become actual voters, legal voters. And who are they going to vote for? Republicans? I'm sure some of them will, but the mass majority of them are going to be loyal to the Democrats. And probably because also the Democrats are going to be giving them handouts like everybody else as well.
They try to destroy democracy.
This is what you do when you have nothing fucking else to offer the population. This is the shit you do. You give them a little fucking handout that they start to feel like they have. Like they can't lose, and they know if they don't elect you again, there's a chance they could lose that handout. So now they're going to vote for you forever. And then you bring in illegals, and you make it clear that we're the reason you're here. We're the ones supporting you. Yeah, I mean that's just the workaround. That's the workaround to actually being good and working for the citizens and earning their votes.
Yes,
by importing voters.
That is
and
literally what they're doing.
People to only vote for them, and overwhelming the system.
Yes. And by the way, it's a strategy that, if allowed to work, would work. And in fact, has worked. California is supermajority Democrat.
Yeah.
And there's so much gerrymandering that occurs. It's crazy.
Yeah. If there was a world where Elon could run, I might vote for Elon, bro.
The standoff is because if the hundreds of billions of dollars to create a financial incentive to have this giant magnet to attract.
Is this the one I watched already? Am I repeating the same one? Yeah, I'm repeating it. I don't know what's going on here. Here we go. So Elon's working on a Tesla Roadster that's going to fucking fly, dude. We've all been complaining about that forever. Like, we grew up, with Back to the Future, the part 2, flying cars. We all thought by now we'd have some fucking flying cars, bro. And maybe Elon's actually going to... The thing with flying cars is like, is that going to make shit just super fucking dangerous? Because it's one thing to drive a car. I mean, now if you're flying a car, like... I don't know if your like regular driver's license is going to cover flying. I think you would need probably more than your regular driver's license if you want to fly the fucking car. But still, I'd like to see the technology. I'd like to see the option.
Are you still doing the Roadster?
Yes.
Eventually?
We're getting close to demonstrating the prototype. And I think this will be... one thing I can guarantee is that this product demo will be unforgettable. Unforgettable.
How so?
Whether it's good or bad, it will be unforgettable.
It's going to be more unforgettable if it's bad, because that's how we are. If you try to do a flying car and it just crashes and blows up, that's pretty sweet. But you got to try, right?
Can you say more? What do you mean?
Well, my friend Peter Thiel, once reflected that the future was supposed to have flying cars, but we don't have flying cars.
So you're going to be able to fly?
Well, I mean, I think if Peter wants a flying car, he should be able to buy one.
So are you actively considering making an electric flying car? Is this like a real thing?
Look, I think it's great, but there's going to be so many people that are going to fucking die. There's so many people who are going to fucking try to fly their car and they're just going to die. They're just going to die. Peter Thiel, he's going to die. If he starts taking these flying cars, bro, I just have a feeling the safety factor is going to be pretty bad with flying cars, I mean, unless they're like really strict about like you have to go through like with the pilots to fly planes, like that level of training before you can fly, maybe it'll be a little safer. But man, I have a feeling there's going to be a huge safety issue with this. What's up, Rabbits?
That Rabbits Dynamite super chatted $10. Is Elon about to unveil anti-grav technology and market it?
That would be insane, but I don't think he's got at that level.
Spocko super chatted $4.99. My dad was complaining in the 70s about being promised flying cars when he was a kid.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, dude, we're in the future now. It's 2025. Where are the flying cars? Why, look, I get it. I'm going to say something that's, like, why are we still wiping our ass with toilet paper, essentially? Where's the fucking magic thing that I can just put on my ass and it just cleans my... I know, the bidets. I guess you could just shoot water up your ass, but you would think we'd have some... the seashells from Demolition Man. Where are the seashells? You guys seen Demolition Man? Where he's like, there's no toilet paper, so he goes just takes some fucking paper to wipe his ass. And everybody's like, oh, he doesn't know how to use the seashells. Where are the seashells? I want the seashells. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the super chats.
Well, we have to see in the...
And just one. I don't know what you mean be timed out. I didn't time you out. I don't think anybody else timed you out. So did YouTube itself time you out? That's weird.
The demo. Yeah. So when you do this, like, are you going to have a retractable wing? Like, what is the idea behind this? Don't be sly. Come on.
Well, I can't do the unveil before the unveil. But
tell me off air then.
Look, I think it has a shot at being the most memorable product unveil ever. It has a shot.
And when do you plan on doing this? What's the goal?
Hopefully before the end of the year.
Really? before the end of this year. This is, I mean, we're almost
like in
November
a couple
1st.
months.
I want to see this
Hopefully
shit.
in a couple months. We need to make sure that it works.
That's important, right?
Like this is some crazy, crazy technology we got in this car. Crazy.
I mean, just flying isn't enough. Like, you got to fly and actually survive and land. But yeah, I mean, that would be sick if it was like some Back to the Future shit, where you could be driving down the highway and then all of a sudden, boom, you're off. The tires fold in, and next thing you know. But yeah, you would need some anti-gravity technology to pull that off, right? Like, that can't be easy.
Technology. Crazy, crazy.
A drone car, yeah.
So different than.
But it would need to be able to like not have all the flying shit when you're just driving down the road. So you'd have to like hit a button, and then like the drone fucking, helicopter things start coming out, and then next thing you know, you're like a helicopter car. Like, that'd be pretty sick.
And what was previously announced, and
Yes.
is that why you haven't released it yet? Because you keep fucking with it?
It has crazy technology.
Okay.
Is it
Maybe
even
he
a
does
car?
have anti-gravity
I'm not sure it's-
technology.
It looks like a car. Let's just put it this way: it's crazier than anything James Bond. If you took all the James Bond cars and combined them, it's crazier than that.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think
Is
of
it
that
even a
because
car? I don't know.
it's the limited amount of information I'm drawing from here. Jamie's very suspicious over there. Look at him, excited.
I'm interested.
It's still going to be the same.
Well, you know what? I mean, if you want to come a little before the unveil, I can show it to you.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody says something about the Jetson 1. Let me see. Yeah, but see, this is the thing. It's not going to look like a regular car. Like, what we want is like a regular car. We want like a regular, normal looking car that you could drive on the highway that's going to just be able to fly, like in Back to the Future, But yeah, let me show this. Somebody said the Jetson 1. But like, yeah, would you drive this on the highway, this Jetson 1 thing? Let's see. This is the Jetson 1. So I'm guessing it's going to be something like this, right? Probably going to be similar. I mean, that is pretty sick. That is pretty sick. But like, is it going to be feasible to actually drive on the highway like a regular, not one of these things where it's like, yeah, you technically can drive it on the highway, but you'd go get in your Honda instead. You'll be more comfortable. See, here's another one. The Jetson 1.
3, 2, 1. There we go. Yay. Now it's christened.
So essentially what you would need to do is have a regular car, and then like these things would have to fold in and out. So you'd have to have because you don't want to be driving down the highway with these things sticking out, right? So you'd have to be able to like hit a button, and then like your propellers like kind of pop out. But I think you'd have to figure out how to make the car lighter, which I think is doable because electric cars are lighter, right? You don't need shit in an electric car pretty much.
I've done all that. I locked it.
Spocko super chatted $4.99. If we had flying cars every day would be September 11.
Dude, it would be bad, bro. It would be bad. A lot of people would die young. Let's just put it that way. There is a danger, like when your teenager starts driving, teenagers are just, but now you're not even talking about you're talking about flying too. It's going to be madness, dude.
This, and the next thing I do is I push this for 1 second. Yeah. I should yell that I'm clear.
So yeah, someone's saying this like this doesn't seem feasible as a driving. It seems like great as like a drone, like a one-man drone that you can fly around. But would this work as a car too? I don't think so. I mean, maybe like yeah, you could on the ground drive it, but I don't even know if you can with this one because I don't see any wheels or anything. That is pretty fucking sick, though, I have to say. I mean, that is pretty fucking cool, dude. I wonder what this costs. Yeah, and if you can stay low enough, like, do you have to like report in with you know, the tower, you know, the airplane towers or whatever? I think if you're below a certain height, you don't even have to like check in, do you? I don't know. I'm not an expert on that shit. But that is pretty sick, dude. Loud as fuck, though. Loud as fuck, that's for sure. But would it be loud if it's you know, if it's electrically, if it's like a Tesla, they're very quiet. So if it's running off of electrical power, would it still be? I guess it would be, because you need the power of those. That's where all the noise comes from, the rotors, right? Yeah, I mean, let's see it, dude. I'll probably not fly in a car, but I'd still like to see the possibility of it. Elon to Joe Rogan, the left can't even see the center with a telescope.
That's why, you know, I think you're centrist. I mean, I think I'm centrist. But from the perspective of someone on the far left, we look right wing.
Yeah.
You know, they think anyone who's a Republican is basically like some fascist.
$1.99. Where we're going, we won't need wheels.
Yeah, wasn't the actual we don't need roads? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Back to the Future. Back to the Future is a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Classic.
Nazi situation.
But what's so crazy?
Check out Joby Flying Taxi.
Is like it's very easy to demonstrate just from like Hillary's speeches from 2008 and Obama's speeches,
yes.
like when they were talking about immigration, like they were as far right
yes.
as Steve Bannon when it comes to immigration.
Pretty much.
Hillary was like very MAGA. I'm sure you've seen that campaign speech, which she was talking about if anybody's committed a crime.
Yeah, basically, Donald Trump is just a fucking Democrat from 20 years ago. That's all he is. But that's how fucking crazy everything's gotten. That now being having the same fucking beliefs and policies as a Democrat from like 2008, all of a sudden it makes you some sort of Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi. You want to deport people who fucking came into our country illegally? You fucking Nazi.
Get rid of them. And if you're here, you pay a hefty fine and you have to wait in line. It was really crazy. It's crazy to listen to because it's like it's as MAGA as, you know, as Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen these videos people post online where they'll take like a speech from Obama or Hillary and they'll interview people on like college campus or something and say, what do you think of the speech by Trump? And they're like, I hate it. He's a racist bigot. I'm like, just kidding. That was Obama. No, actually, that was Obama or Hillary. To your point, like literally the
Elon's got the most aggressive laugh ever, dude. It's so aggressive.
And they're like, I hate it. He's a racist bigot. I'm like, just kidding. That was Obama. No, actually, that was Obama or Hillary.
I love his laugh, dude.
To your point, like literally the
center's been moved so far.
Yeah.
The left is so
the left has gone so far left that they need, you know, they can't even see the center with a telescope.
And the danger.
Wow. Pretty true though. Pretty true. Somebody, what is this one again? Joby Flying Taxi. Let's see. Air taxi service Joby announces a successful public flight demonstration in Japan. First flight of its kind at a World Expo, including vertical takeoff, full transition to wing-borne flight, and vertical landing. Let's see this. Yeah, but this looks too big to be on the fucking road, though. Like you take up 2 lanes. So this is not meant to be a car. This is just a flying taxi, right? That's cool.
Check takeoff checklist. Heading cross-check's good. 313 makes sense. Touch controllers configured. I've got the flight plan up. Doors are confirmed locked. Pilot records coming to on. On the brakes, going by. Pick up.
I mean, I get it, but isn't it just a fancy helicopter at the end of the day? Like, it's a helicopter. It's a helicopter. Yeah, it's Tim Hill, exactly, aka a helicopter. Like, oh my God, we've achieved another helicopter. That is still cool, though. I guess it's a little better than a helicopter because it can, I guess, fly like a plane once it's in the air. All right, great. Great. Looking forward to that. Let's hear this right here. Looking forward, like it or not, this is the absolute truth. If the GOP doesn't hold Democrats and their donors accountable, then in 4 to 8 years, Democrats and globalists are going to come back 100 times worse than they were. I totally agree with this, dude. I totally agree with this. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to stave off some really nasty shit in the future. And we need to get hardcore. I'm sorry. All of your fucking preconceived notions about what's right or wrong might need to be thrown out the window right now. Because the other side, they don't care about right or wrong anymore. They just care about power. And it's looking like they're willing to toss this country under the bus for their ability to keep power.
When they get power,
to put it lightly,
they're going to crush you. Destroy them completely. Destroy everything about them. Put the mayors in jail. Put the governors up on the Insurrection Act for sedition. Put them in mandatory prison labor camps. Any of them that are violent, authorize the police officers to respond with violence to them. Completely shut it down. Bring in the military if you need to. Bring in the National Guard. Do whatever you need to do. Look and find out who's funding this. Take those people, charge them with incitement for terrorism. Like, I'm talking about scorched earth, Old Testament. Get them the fuck out.
I think a lot of people agree with this. And it's if we don't, it's just going to be worse. It's just going to be worse. And we got to make an example. We can't allow this sort of fucking corrupt shit to become the norm. I mean, which it is right now, but we need to put an end to it. I'm for it, bro. I'm for it. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of shit for that. So let's get into some more of this. Of course, more footage coming out of the insurgency in Chicago, the revolution in Chicago against the federal government. DHS warns the occupants of a vehicle who are blocking the agents that they are impeding their operations. Again, ICE seems to be done fucking around with these. And it's always these middle-aged fucking rich liberal chicks that are like, think they're fighting some sort of war right now. It's crazy.
Impeding operations. Go ahead and go on.
Bro, why are you guys doing this, bro?
Stay back.
You've been warned. You've been warned. You're on camera. You've been warned.
It's all right. It's no problem.
Go.
Gotta stop with the warnings already.
We have our kids.
I can't move.
We can't move.
Get the fuck out of here! Don't
There they go. They get hysterical. Always get hysterical.
Okay, can you close the door so we can pass?
No, arrest her.
Y'all thought you were gonna get far, huh? Dance number I can see. That's the dance number.
Ah, dude, the mental illness is off the charts, bro. This is like their strategy. ICE shows up, they go out there, they scream their heads off like a wild fucking banshee. The children, the kidnapping, why are you wearing a mask? Do you have a fucking, a warrant? And they're just so fucking hysterical. It's like, this brings out all the crazies, dude. And that's their thing now. I guess they're I mean, they're probably still honking, but they got these rape whistles. They just follow ICE around with their rape whistle. Just fucking, dude, the mental illness, man. It's sad. But yeah, you could see from this one, ICE is, I mean, I guess they're not done yet because they're still giving warnings. Insurrectionists spotted in by the way, this account here, I got to shout it out again. Kim Katie USA. This is where I get most of these videos. I don't know where she's getting them all from, but she's fucking awesome. Go follow her because every day she's just pumping these videos out. I'm guessing she's on TikTok, sourcing them on TikTok. God bless her because I will not go on TikTok. You hear the whistles?
Thank you so much.
Here
Drop
come-
their motherfuckers.
See, this person right away already they broke the law. They impeded a federal officer in their duty. Go arrest them. Go arrest them. No warnings. It's not like they don't know what they're doing is against the law, or maybe some of them are fucking stupid. Like that one chick who's we're gonna cover her later. She's like running for office, and she seems to think it's her like First Amendment right to protest and block federal vehicles. Like, no, that's actually against the law. That's not covered by the Constitution. But they just say it because it sounds nice. But we got that coming up too later. But yeah, sorry about the whistles. This is what they're doing. So he's giving them a warning. He says if they don't leave, he will deploy tear gas. I guess by law, they have to give a warning first before they unleash the tear gas.
You can't throw tear gas. That's against the law. Let him out. You can't throw tear gas.
These women, bro.
You can't throw tear gas.
These women are going to make
Let
me
him
gay.
free.
Okay? Women like this are going to make me fucking gay. They're so fucking annoying.
Let him free.
No. We will not let him free.
You fucking do it.
Now, what they need to use, dude, someone says they should use duck collars. No, what they should use is the Aztec, what's it, the death whistle or whatever? The shit that was on Rogan. When I think Brian Callen blew it on the show and then we had COVID lockdowns. What do they call it? The Aztec, like, death whistle or something like that? That thing sounds terrifying. They should use that. They should use that. That would terrify everybody. DHS dealt with a mob in Oxnard. Again, most of this shit is all from today. Or maybe some of it might be like yesterday. But this is every day in Chicago right now. You see over here, if you watch, ICE has to start bear spraying people because it's just, again, another fucking mob. Look at that bear. Look at that bear spray. And then they throw fireworks at them. Like, that's got to be against the law too. Okay, I get it, it's only a firework, but dude, if you're an officer and you're already worried that somebody might, these people are fucking crazy, right? They're already worried about people pulling guns on them and trying to take shots at them, and then you throw fucking fireworks at them, dude. You should be locked up for that as well. So yeah. It's a war zone in our streets, dude. It's literally a war zone. What's up, Zato?
Chatted $20. These protesters need to watch the Spike Lee movie Do the Right Thing, R.I.P. Radio Raheem.
Dude, I never watched that movie, man. I've never seen it, so that's going over my head. I don't know. Spike Lee movies aren't my thing, bro. So you guys got to fill me in on the details of that. I got to look it up. Now you got me interested. Maybe I'll go watch it. Yeah, it's out of control, dude. It's out of control. And like Trump, I get it. I get it. You're doing your thing. You're, I don't know, weighing all the all the options and the results of doing this or that. But dude, there's a fucking insurrection in this country right now. Can we just put this shit down?
Rusty Shackleford
and arrest
super
Democrats who are pushing
$5.
it.
Are these freaks seriously protesting in pajamas?
Yeah. Are you surprised?
Darren Verney super chatted $1.99. The weak men that stand with these women, worse.
Bro, they do it for the pussy, bro. I'm telling you, a lot of these dudes, like, they just want to get pussy. So, you know, and the sad part is, there are a lot of good-looking younger women who are just insane right now. And it's sad. It's sad what's happening to the women in this country, man. It's very sad. But yeah, dudes are like, oh, whatever. I'll go with this if I can get some pussy. You know? Dudes are hard up right now. I'm pretty sure that plays a part in it, dude. Oh, thank you. That Rabbit's the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, man. That's a lot of memberships, dude. I appreciate the support this week, Rabbits. Like, you've really been generous, bro. Like, that's a lot. I think you've gifted, what, 50, 60 memberships this week, bro? Everybody say thank you to that Rabbit Stein. He's a legitimate legend. I need to buy him some dinner or something, dude. I feel like I owe you now. Like, you me to come wash your dishes, bro? Like, dude, thank you so much. Let me read off some of these names before I lose it here. Yeah, I gotta wait for the chat to catch up on over here. All right. Thank you again, Rabbits. Everybody say thank you to Rabbits. Daikini, what's up, Daikini? Strifer Zero, O Tuition, Mr. Gunboat, nice name. Big 21, Big J21, Alexis Mallory, David Simon, Mike Wajo, Necro Blitz version 7T, and Ranger. Thank you guys. Welcome to the team. Welcome to Team Ping. All right. Welcome to the Pingdom. And yes, please say thank you. Everybody, please say thank you to Rabbits for his support because he's killing it, man. The support is off the charts, man. Thank you so much, Rabbits. You rock, brother. A Shriek of Karens. That's a great name. That's what we need to call them. A Shriek of Karens has formed in Evanston, and as they continue their insurrection while harassing and impeding DHS agents. Eventually, Evanston PD has to intervene. Like, look at this, dude. It's every... Look, maybe some people think saying insurrection is over the top. That's what it fucking looks like to me, dude. This looks like an insurrection. See, look, there's some dude out there that's young and he's hard up. And if being like on this chick's side politically might give him a chance to get a little action, he's going to say whatever this chick wants to fucking hear, dude. And I think that's what it is with a lot of these guys, man. They're like, oh, there's actually some cute chicks. You know, let's go tell them we're down for the cause. You're right, MST5G, don't stick it in crazy. But unfortunately, too many men do not listen. They will stick it in crazy, all right? It's been proven time after time. We know better, but sometimes our dicks make the final decision. And, you know. But it would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice. So at least in this one, like the local police come out and help out.
I don't know. I just came and I found my car. Come and look.
Let him go!
Just so you understand, for the people not following this closely, this is not a one-off. This is every day. This is happening right now in Chicago every fucking day, dude. This is the norm in Chicago right now. See, at least the local police in this little area, I guess this is a suburb of Chicago where the police aren't so fucking woke, I guess. But yeah, it's nice to see finally some local police coming out and trying to, help out here.
Out of the street now. Anybody assaulting or threatening law enforcement is subject to arrest. Get out of the street and let the Evanston Police Department handle it. If you put your hands on a police officer, you will be...
David Lower Dash, their argument is the same every time. You go to them and you go, well, do you not believe that we should have a border and that people should not enter illegally? Of course I believe that. But that's not what's happening here. What's happening here is that they're just arresting and kidnapping people off the streets without due process. They're not following the law. And it's like, you go, well, wait a minute. They do get due process. They see an immigration just...
Rusty Shackelford super
it's a circle that just... They just want to be mad.
These psychotic liberal freaks and women today. Gonna go watch something.
I feel you, Rusty. I feel you. But I think it's important to spread the word on what's going on because a lot of people are probably not aware that we almost have a war situation going on in one of our cities. Okay. And, but yes, man, it's so hard. So I'll try to make this quick and brief. Okay.
Get out of the street now.
But this one is actually a good sign because local police are fucking helping, which they need to be. And the way it's supposed to work, right? If things were working the way it's supposed to, the local police would be the ones going, hey, we got this guy. He's an illegal. Come pick him up, ICE. Right? They should be helping to enforce immigration law by going, hey, this person's not a citizen. Okay, well, let's hold him and then ICE can come pick him up and ICE can figure it out. But no, the police force is told by their woke mayors who want a sanctuary city to basically not do anything about the illegal problem. And then now ICE has to go out there and do the job of the local law enforcement. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Hands up, don't shoot!
Somebody arrest that guy, please. Somebody arrest him.
It's all documented. They got it all documented. Don't let them take it. Nobody hurts you. Nobody hurts you. Let them hurt you, lawyer. Ugly as fuck. That's why your face is covered. Dumbass. Okay, send this to the right people. We need to report it. Arrest these assholes.
What about protectors?
Protect them! Your section said they wouldn't arrest them! You got to call you fucking can!
Actually, yeah, that's how you kick off a civil war, bro. This fucking retard here. Why don't you arrest ICE? Yeah, okay. The local police department's going to try to arrest ICE, and then ICE is going to be like, you're not going to arrest us. You don't have jurisdiction to arrest us. We're federal. And then next thing you know, maybe a gunfight breaks out, and then now you got a civil war from this one event. It could happen like that.
Let them go! Let them go! Let them go!
No, how about we arrest them, and then we also arrest all of you and send you to fucking jail for interfering with a police operation, a law enforcement operation. DHS agent tells a woman telling them to stop impeding their operations. Let's see if she listens or gets belligerent.
You only get 2, and then you're going to be arrested for interfering, okay?
2 warnings now? Now we're giving them 2 warnings? What happened to 1 warning, dude? It's too many warnings. The time for warnings is done. The time to arrest these people is now. No more warnings.
I'm just driving around my
you're
neighborhood.
You're harassing us. Following us, you're interfering. Don't you have a family to go home to? You really should go home and take care of your own family. It's Halloween. I mean, I know you got kids.
It is Halloween.
They always have kids in their car too, bro. These people care so little about their kids that they use their kids as a way to like win like PR points, right? So if it does come down to it where the police arrest them, the first thing they're going to be doing is screaming, I have kids in my car. I have kids in my car. But it's like, well, then, bitch, why are you in your car with kids in your car going around doing fucking operations against the federal government? Like, that's your fault for putting your kids in fucking danger. But they'll use their kids as a crutch. Oh, there's kids in my car. You kids in my car.
Shouldn't everyone be able to be with their families?
I worry about my family.
I plan
first.
to after work.
Why don't you worry about your family, man? Honestly, why would
I'm driving around. I'm exercising my right to record video.
Well, you can record. But why?
Yeah.
Tell me why
You guys are saying he's a Hispanic? No, this guy's a white supremacist. This is the whitest guy I've ever... Of course he's a Hispanic. A lot of ICE are minorities. They're Hispanics, blacks, because it's just normal for people to understand, like the people that aren't fucking insane, to understand that, hey, a country needs to have borders and they need to enforce that border law. And it's very important this time and age that we do that. And that's not a race thing. But yeah, I'm sorry. This guy's, he's not Hispanic, guys. He's a white supremacist.
you're doing it.
Come on, get it
What
right.
is your logic?
Because it's my
No,
right.
no, tell
I
me what
love
your logic is.
driving
Who do
around
you think you're saving?
on a nice day.
Who do you think you're saving?
My neighbors and my community.
Really worry about your kids. It seems like you have a few. Because now you're going to be under arrest, and your freedom and your rights are going to be violated.
And just to be clear, it's like, yes, you're more than welcome to drive around. You're more than welcome to record.
This guy, you got to kick him out of ICE. He's too beta.
It's the following us, and then if we're trying to do enforcement action and you interfere with that, that's interfering.
Oh, I know not to interfere. I'll just be there and record.
Bro, this guy sounds like Eastbound and Down. Who's the fucking the sidekick on Eastbound and Down? God, I can't believe I can't remember the guy's name, but he's such a legendary character.
So everyone knows that everything that's happening is legal.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
We're talking about like the whistles and horn honking, which I know you haven't honked your horn. Thank you. But
it scared me.
what is it?
I did not honk my horn.
You did, somebody
Oh,
else
okay, yeah. But yeah, so it's mainly that kind of stuff.
I mean, honestly, man. Don't you have something better else to do?
No, this is my day off, actually. This is the best thing I can be doing with my time.
Really.
Kenny, thank you. He sounds like Kenny.
You never know what you're going to get involved with.
Or was it Stevie? No, Kenny's the main character. Stevie. At least he waved. That was very polite. But really, dude, she's using her kids as like a fucking defense against these people. That's disgusting, man. That's just leave your fucking kids at home, okay? Or maybe stay at home and take care of your kids. DHS agents were rammed by the occupants of a car, telling them both were pulled from the vehicle and forcibly arrested. The driver thinks being a U.S. citizen allows you to commit felonies against federal agents. Crazy Karen is yelling and screaming in the background. Yeah, what's new?
An accident was caused. They're attacking a person.
Again, they always started after they fucked around, after they rammed a ICE vehicle, after they've done a ton of shit that made ICE have to fucking address them and arrest them, and then the footage starts, and it's, oh, they're just kidnapping citizens. Look, for no reason. They ran into this car, and they're kidnapping this citizen for no reason. Leave out all the context, and then, of course, dumb people on TikTok completely fall for it. And then next thing you know, that dumb person on TikTok who falls for it, they're out here in the streets doing this shit. Like fucking retards, bro.
Do you have papers? Do you have papers? My name is Andy Banaco. I'm a United States citizen. Get back. That's all you can do. Get back. Get back.
No. We got another EBT recipient here. I can tell just by people's body shape if they're on EBT or not.
Don't put your hands on people! Get your hands up!
Oh, I bet you that felt good. Let's watch that again. Get your hands up! I mean, we need more of that. We really need more of that, okay? We need more fucking consequences, okay?
Back up! Don't put your hands on me! Back up! Don't put your hands on me! Nobody's touching you! Nobody's touching you! Get your hands up! Please! Get your hands up! He's not... Get your hands off! Get your hands off!
That's big brother, little brother shit right there, dude.
What the fuck?
Should have stayed home, boy. Should have stayed home. Now you're gonna get fucking choked out. Oh yeah, just choke him out real quick. That'll help.
Leave him alone! Get off of him! Get me!
Is that him screaming like a fucking... Oh my god. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. We need to give that ICE agent who decked that guy, we need to give him a Medal of Honor. This is funny because I remember a couple years ago, Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about how I'm not scared of AI. There's nothing to be afraid of. Now let's see what he thinks about AI.
I've been doing calculations, as well as looking back at old NASA footage and raw data from satellites hovering above Earth. And I just can't escape the conclusion that the Earth might actually be flat. That's not me. It was never me. Those aren't my words. That's what's called a deep fake.
Yeah, well now everybody's worried about deep fake. Holy shit. Yeah, it's not very hard, especially somebody like Neil deGrasse Tyson who's got so much footage, so much material for the AI to learn, to be able to copy.
That Rabbit
World changing,
Dynamite
boys.
super chatted $10. Are felonies a disqualifying factor for EBT? It is for other allowances, such as VA disability compensation.
I would imagine it would be, wouldn't it? Let me look that up. Let's see what it says. In most cases, having a felony will not automatically disqualify you from receiving EBT. Never mind. General non-drug felonies, generally other types of felony convictions do not affect eligibility for SNAP benefits. Non-drug felonies, fleeing felons, parole, a person who is a fugitive. Well, yeah, if you're a fugitive, I mean, wouldn't that be crazy to be a fugitive who just broke out of prison and you're getting EBT? So yeah, if you're a fugitive fleeing the law, you can't get EBT. Otherwise, you could get EBT. As of 2021, only one state, South Carolina, maintained a full lifetime ban for a drug-related felony. I guess it depends on the state, but you would think that would be a disqualifier, wouldn't you, rabbits? Crazy, huh? They're always protecting the criminals, bro. Always protecting the criminals. But yeah, the deepfakes are getting kind of scary, dude. I mean, somebody like me, I have so much footage, so much time. Like, you could literally just take a bunch of my footage, put it into AI, train it on my voice, take one single image of me and be like, I want him to say this and that. And like, I don't know, man, in 100 years, my podcast might still be going. I might be dead, but I'll still be here talking about shit. I'll still be here fucking annoying everybody with my stupid face because AI could just keep the show going forever. And in 100 years, the AI is going to be so fucking good, it's probably going to seem exactly like my show seems right now. Talking about whatever current events, so, I might fucking live forever through the AI. And all of you guys that have any kind of online presence, you want to live forever, just start putting videos out there and talking as much as possible, But yeah, it is a little scary because we're already at this point where everybody's like, is this AI? Is this AI? It's like, I can kind of tell, but it's getting to a point where once they get the voices right, when somebody like Neil deGrasse Tyson, he talks so much like a character. Like, you could tell Neil deGrasse Tyson worked his ass off to develop a style of talking like a radio guy would, to where like it seems harder to notice when AI does his voice. But most people, you can kind of tell it's like something's off about it. I think they're probably doing that on purpose, because they want people to be able to tell, so the voices just kind of are a little off. But when it's not, when the voices are exact, bro, like what happens to video evidence at that point? Like, and if it gets so good, like even like AI systems can't tell it's AI. I don't know. We're going into, I mean, this is getting weird. The world is getting weird, guys. It's getting very strange. DHS agents had to pull their firearms on an illegal alien after they rammed multiple vehicles. Again, this is, again, nonstop.
Wow. Wow. Fuck, holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, so you can see right here. You can see right here. This guy is the one ramming the vehicle. It looks like ICE is trying to block him in because this is not just started right now. This has been going on. This car has been following ICE and fucking trying to block them. So yeah, you can see it's this vehicle that rams into this vehicle.
Wow.
Boom.
Fuck, holy shit. Wow.
Fuck all the shit.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, he's got the big gun now. He's got the big gun. Yeah, this is from yesterday, as you can see by the date.
They shot him. Oh my god. Oh my. Wow.
So yeah, this is dude, I'm telling you, it's literally a war in the streets right now, man. Literally a war in the streets. DHS agents had to shoot another driver who attempted to ram him. These people love to fuck around and find out. If you use your vehicle as a deadly weapon, expect to be shot. For the love of God, self-deport and take 1,000. It isn't worth it to injure federal agents and get yourself killed. I agree. Kim Katie, USA.
Breaking news at 5, a chaotic scene unfolded in Ontario. Federal agents surround a car and shoot.
This is from yesterday, I believe.
They say he was trying to ram them. It's the second shooting involving ICE in Southern California in just over a week. Welcome to the Fox 11 News at 5, simulcast on our sister station, Fox 11 Plus. I'm Christine Devine.
Hi,
Fox
Christine.
11's Christina Gonzalez is live in Ontario with more on this breaking news. Christina.
Yeah, the original stop, it was a vehicle stop, was right here on Vineyard, on this street. Federal officers had stopped somebody. Somebody else stopped their vehicle. They end up getting shot, and they drove right around the corner into this mobile home park. Let's show you what happened. Federal agents confirmed they were in the middle of stopping this dark-colored Honda on Vineyard Avenue as their SUVs surrounded the car. The man driving this lighter-colored Lexus stopped and tried to intervene.
He saw someone being basically surrounded by armed men with a mask, and so he decided that he was going to try to see what was going on.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah, you're so full of shit. Like, you don't know that it's ICE. You don't know what the fuck's going on. You're not sitting there stalking ICE and their every movement in your fucking town. Oh, it was just, he thought it was just a kidnapping, a bunch of armed cartel members. Oh, they're so full of shit, dude.
Javier Hernandez is speaking for the family of the man in the Lexus, who, according to a statement from Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin, quote, attempted to run officers over by reversing directly at them without stopping. An ICE officer, fearing for his life, fired defensive shots at the vehicle.
What we know is that he was shot in the shoulder. He then drove himself to his brother's house.
Just around the corner.
Why are you interviewing this fucking random nobody? Where's the interview with ICE to actually be like, this is what happened, we were here, and then this car started approaching us at a high rate of speed, and it was a point where we felt like we needed to open fire in order to stop us from being hit by this car. No. Just interview some random fucking nobody who's just gonna spin everything, dude.
Corner to the Country Meadows mobile home park, where you can see investigators surrounding the vehicle, even make out a shattered window. Now, the family says a 24-year-old was shot in the shoulder.
These people are getting lucky. This is the second guy who was shot. The other day, remember on that bridge, that Coast Guard fucking facility or Coast Guard base, military base, whatever you want to call it, where that U-Haul went backwards and they had to open fire. Like, again, 2 people got hit, nobody died. People are getting lucky. They're lucky nobody's been killed yet, but that's where we're heading. If this continues, this is going to break out, and there's going to be a lot of violence and a lot of death.
So they immediately drove him to a nearby hospital with federal agents right behind them.
We do know that he was released from the hospital, but the family doesn't know where he's at. They believe that.
I wonder why. Maybe because he's, again, why are these people not, why are they being released from the hospital? Maybe they don't know where he's at because he's in jail, but The motherfucker better be in jail.
He's obviously in custody of
Okay, good.
federal government right now.
This comes just over a week after TikTok influencer Carlitos Ricardo Parias was shot in the elbow after investigators say
Keep fucking around and finding out, bro.
he tried to ram his car into federal agents in South LA. A deputy marshal was hit by a ricochet bullet. Now, the man who was originally stopped today was not injured in the shooting. He was detained, as you see here. No word on why he was originally stopped.
There is no information. This is, where we need DHS to put more information out, not just for the family, but for the community here.
Yeah, it's all DHS's fault. Yeah, they're the bad guys, right? Yeah, they're the bad guys.
That is really scared about.
Fuck that guy, dude.
And now the other concern that we heard from many of the people in the mobile home park is the large amount of Ontario police officers who were here. Now the department's saying that they responded after the shooting. They had nothing to do with the initial incident. They were just here in a support role. But the people, especially those inside the RV park, saying that they thought that their presence there seemed to be excessive. We'll have to see what happens.
Who gives a fuck what the fuck they think, bro? Who gives a fuck? Pure chaos in Albany Park, Illinois, as insurrectionists obstruct and terrorize DHS agents. One insurrectionist was pulled hard from his vehicle and arrested. Let's see. Of course, more insane women. Every time you turn one of these videos on, it's an insane woman screaming bloody fucking murder. This is a bitch-surrection. Oh, yeah. Instead of insurrection, bitch-surrection. I tried. Oh, arrest her. Arrest her right now. Ooh, they got a little beta mill. Time for the bear spray, guys. Time for the bear spray. Yeah, dude, it's insane, man. There's literally a war going on in our country right now. I'm gonna just say it. We're at war. We're at war within this country with a bunch of radical fucking leftists who don't like the laws of the land that our citizens voted for and our fucking lawmakers passed into law. So, who's got the problem here? Sounds like you do. You need to work on it. Let's see. Jon Stewart stunned as Kamala Harris claims she believes Biden was fully competent to serve. Now, I think she has to say this at this point because there's the whole auto pen scandal going on, and the big part of the auto pen scandal is proving that Biden was not even aware. Like, he had no idea that these things were being signed. And, that he was basically not mentally fit to be in office signing anything. So, like, they can't come out and admit, yeah, he basically was fucking out of it. He didn't know what was going on. Because then they have more evidence to actually remove everything that was signed by the auto pen. And I think, didn't they already remove, like, remember the Fauci and, the bunch of people that got pardons from Biden? Didn't they already, do away with that? Well, let's hear this dumb bitch who just won't go away.
I believe he was fully competent to serve.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
That surprises me, actually.
No, I do. There's a distinction to be made between running for president and being president.
What's
So he was of sound mind enough to run the country, but not sound mind enough to actually run an election. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, Kamala.
The distinction.
Well, being a candidate for president of the United States is about being in a marathon at a sprinter's pace, having tomatoes thrown at you every step you take.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, it's more than a notion.
Get involved in public service, ladies and gentlemen.
And to be the seated president, the sitting president, while doing that, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I think it's a hard case to make for people that he didn't have the stamina to run, but he had the stamina to govern. Because I think most people view the presidency as a marathon run at a sprint with tomatoes being thrown at you in terms of governance.
I believe he was.
Someone's saying, why are they doing this Rona style, essentially remotely? Well, because sometimes you want to get a guest and it's not possible to do it in person. So it's like, well, the only way we can do it is remotely. So either do it or don't do it. So let's do it. It happens still. But yeah, John's got a big enough show. I'm sure it's worth enough money that he can fly people in. There probably was no option. Charlemagne the God, people are angry. So why is Hakeem Jeffries talking like he's Chuck E. Cheese Obama? Let's see.
Let's try it one more time with energy.
These Republicans, they are not the
Is he running the Daily Show now?
party of law and order. They're the party.
I'm not going to play this because Daily Show, last time I played a Daily Show clip, they fucking copyright claimed me. Fuck those fucking bitches. Let's get to this. U.S. congressional candidate Kat Abu Gaba indicted after Broadview protests. So this is a chick who's running for U.S. Congress, who's facing up to 12 years in prison for being involved with these mobs going after ICE. Let's see this.
And they endanger us.
I got to start this again.
Been filed against Democratic federal charges have been filed against Democratic congressional candidate Kat Abu-Ghazala and others in connection to a protest at the Broadview ICE facility.
The group is accused of damaging and surrounding ICE agents' vehicles. WGN's Angelica Sanchez has Abu-Ghazala's response to those allegations.
This is a First Amendment issue, plain and simple.
Outside her Rogers Park campaign office, Democratic congressional candidate Kat Abu-Ghazala tells WGN the federal charge against her is an attack on free speech.
I and hundreds of people across Chicago have been protesting ICE as they commit crimes in our community.
First of all, it's total bullshit. Okay, we're going to go into the details. Okay, is it constitutionally protected to do what she did, which we're going to see here in a minute?
On September 26, more than 100 people called for an end to the Trump administration's immigration crackdown in Broadview. Protesters were seen banging on the windows, doors, and hood of a federal vehicle attempting to get by. Tear gas and pepper balls were deployed. Federal authorities are now accusing Abu-Ghazala and others of surrounding and damaging an ICE agent's vehicle. They claim pig was etched into the car. We asked her about the allegations.
Look, I have been exercising my First Amendment rights within what we are guaranteed under the Constitution.
She's lying her I don't know if she's too stupid to know or she's just lying and hoping people believe her. But yeah, this is a lie.
And these
We're going to get into it. What is protected by the Constitution and what's not, okay?
attacks by the administration are not just governmental overreach, they're unconstitutional and they endanger us all.
Also charged are Michael Rabbitt, a 45th Ward Democratic Committee person,
Get that
Catherine
Rabbitt,
Sharp,
bitch.
running for a Cook County Board seat, as well as Andre Martin, Brian Straw, and Jocelyn Walsh. Abu-Ghazala is running for the 9th District seat held by Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky. Schakowsky is retiring at the end of this term. The 26-year-old has become a popular figure on social media, taking on right-wing politicians and commentators. She's already raising money for her legal costs.
Well, we've got the campaign, and we have the primary in 5 months, and we still plan on winning, both in court and on Election Day.
Makes a delicious sandwich. Cold C, are you serious? This woman has never cooked anything in her entire fucking life, bro. She probably makes a dry, boring-ass sandwich, dude. The worst sandwich ever.
An arraignment date has not yet been set, but we're told it could happen in the coming days. Reporting in Rogers Park, Angelica Sanchez, WGN News.
All right, let's get to it. We got more. So here's her talking about it. Illinois congressional candidate Kat Abu-Ghazala has been federally charged for impeding federal agents at an ICE facility in Chicago. She thinks interfering with immigration enforcement is free speech. She's gonna learn.
My name is Kat Abu-Ghazala.
She needs to learn.
I'm running for Congress.
She needs to be made an example of. Okay, I think she could face up to 12 years because there's 2 counts that carry 6 years apiece. I'm sorry. Look, you're cute. I'd take you out on a date if you weren't fucking crazy. But you probably need to just go to prison for a while just to make an example. We need examples, and you're perfect. You're the perfect example.
Congress in the 9th District of Illinois, and the Department of Justice is charging 6 people, including myself,
with federal crimes for exercising our First Amendment rights near ICE's Broadview processing
Lies.
center. This is a political prosecution.
Lies.
And a gross attempt to silence dissent.
Lies.
A right protected under the First Amendment.
Lies.
This case is a major push by the Trump administration to criminalize protest and
Lies.
punish anyone who speaks out against them.
More
That's why I'm going
lies.
to fight these unjust charges, but I need your help to do it. As I
More
and others
lies.
have exercised our First Amendment rights, ICE has hit, dragged, thrown, shot with pepper balls, and tear gassed hundreds of protesters. Simply because we had the gall to say that masked men coming into our communities, abducting our neighbors, and terrorizing us cannot be our new normal.
If you only said it, if you only sat on the sidewalk screaming, you would be fine with your fucking signs, okay? That's not what you did, okay? It is not legal to impede a federal law enforcement officer when they're trying to do their job. It's not, okay? So lie, spin all you fucking want. Hopefully you go to jail. I hope she does. I really do.
And because Chicago doesn't back down from bullies in masks who tear gas our neighborhoods, this administration has resorted to weaponizing the federal justice system to scare us into silence. But we're not going to be silent. The Trump administration wants
You can talk in jail. You can talk all you want in jail, bitch.
to be afraid of speaking out against it and its anti-democratic power grabs. And there are plenty of reasons to be afraid right now, but we have to overcome that fear.
Yeah, you got to stop being afraid of everything. You're fucking crazy, dude. You're fucking crazy. She does this interview, and this is apparently a left-leaning podcaster who kind of calls her out, and she just like she just runs away from this interview. Watch, this is
The
funny.
indictment alleges that you and others, quote, surrounded a federal officer's vehicle, banged on its hood and windows, etched pig on the side, and impeded movement. Did you etch the word pig on the side of an officer's car?
I'm not speaking to the specifics
That-
of
that's
anything
yes.
in the
That means
indictment
yes.
right now. But like I said, I
That's
do
yes.
plan on pleading not guilty, and the evidence will come out in court. And I plan on winning.
Okay.
Well, not all plans come to fruition, lady. Okay. Good luck with your plans.
Well, let's not watch the video of what happened that day that they are.
This is where it all goes bad for her right here. It's like, oh, well, let's watch the video of what she did. Oh, you joined a mob in attacking a federal vehicle and blocking its ability to leave? Oh, that's not First Amendment. That's not freedom of speech. Dude. Oh. And then they start hitting the vehicle.
But when you see that, what do you think right now?
Tara, once again, this is my first time being federally indicted. Like I said,
Yeah.
I plan on pleading not guilty. The evidence will come out in court.
Look, you can see the comments here. She's guilty as fuck. I don't know if this is the actual podcast, but even her audience aren't buying it. I've heard she's left leaning, so that's nice. It's nice to see like a left leaning podcaster actually report on something honestly.
And I plan on winning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
She the
Just
interview
really
wasn't
quickly,
supposed.
I did want to ask you about just the fact that conspiracy to impede an
It is kind of embarrassing that she doesn't even know that she left. Like it takes her a long time to figure out that she just bolted at the beginning of the interview.
officers up to 6 years in prison, forcibly impeding and intimidating an officers up to 8 years. Is that that could actually hinder your ability to serve in Congress? Are you concerned about that?
She's gone.
Did she just sign off?
Yeah, she did. She fucking did.
Did she just leave the chat?
Yeah, she did.
I'm so confused. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, obviously she doesn't want to have to answer tough questions that call her out on her fucking lies. Did a little Grok research, okay? What she did, or let's go here. Charges against her. On October 23rd, 2025, a special federal grand jury in Chicago indicted Abu Ghraib alongside 5 others, including, who cares, key charges. Conspiracy to forcibly impede, intimidate, or interfere with a federal officer. Oh, yeah. That's not a First Amendment thing, is it? and alleging the group conspired to physically hinder the agent's vehicle, forcing it to drive an extremely slow rate of speed to avoid injuring protesters, assaulting, resisting, or impeding a federal officer while performing official duties, stemming from the physical blocking of the SUV. Each charge carries a maximum penalty of up to 6 years in prison. Put her away. Put her away. Abu Boo 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 is scheduled for an initial court appearance next week. Her attorney has called the charges ludicrous and unjust, and co-defendant lawyers have described them as an egregious act on First Amendment protected activity. Dude, you guys are gonna... You better hope you get a fucking jury of crazy leftists. That's the only way you're gonna get off. Her claim of constitutional protection. Abu Boo 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 has publicly stated that the charges are a political prosecution designed to silence dissent, explicitly protected by First Amendment, freedom of speech, assembly, and petition in a social media post, okay? Let's see here. Here we go. I asked Grok, is what she did protected by the Constitution or not? No. What Kat Abu Boo 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 did is not protected by the First Amendment, at least not the specific actions that led to her federal indictment. While peaceful protest is absolutely protected, physically blocking a federal officer's vehicle and forcing it to stop or to slow to avoid hitting people crosses the line into criminal conduct, even if motivated by political speech. By the way, I didn't, because sometimes what I have to do with Grok is I have to be like, give me the conservative viewpoint, because Grok is always trying so hard not to piss off either side. And I guess one of the downsides with AI is like you have to train yourself on all this liberal fucking propaganda. So they, but this is even before I turn off the liberal propaganda, it's saying no. So that tells you something. What is protected by the First Amendment? Speaking out against deportation policies. Okay, makes sense. Assembling in public to protest. Okay, makes sense. Live streaming police or federal agent activity. Okay, all protected. Chanting, holding signs, verbally criticizing the government. These are core First Amendment activities and cannot be criminalized, all right? What is not protected? Physically impeding a federal officer in the performance of their duties. Okay, against the law. Surrounding and blocking a moving government vehicle to prevent it from entering a facility. Okay, against the law. Again, Portland. People in Portland, understand what you're doing when you block the fucking driveway of ICE facilities. Conspiring with others to forcibly interfere with official federal operations. These actions fall under 18 USC Section 111, I guess. I don't know how to read this shit. Hopefully I got it right. A federal statute that prohibits forcibly assaulting, resisting, opposing, impeding, intimidating, or interfering with federal officers. Supreme Court precedent. Adderley v. Florida, 1966. Ingrained v. City of Rockford, 1972. The government may impose reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions on protests, especially when they interfere with official functions or create safety risks. So, I don't know, maybe you need to do her because she's going to end up probably in like a liberal district with a bunch of jurors who are like, they don't care about the law and they're just probably going to be like not guilty. You need to do like what you did to Alex Jones and just default judgment her. The key legal distinction, conduct versus speech. Yelling, stop deportations. Yes, that's pure speech. It's protected. Standing on a sidewalk with signs. Yes, peaceful assembly. Surrounding a federal SUV and pushing against it to block entry. No. Physical interference with a federal officer. That's why. Forcing a vehicle to stop or crawl to avoid hitting protesters. No, not protected. Creates imminent risk and impedes official duty. Even if the intent was political expression, the method, physical obstruction, is not shielded. She's fucked. Lock her up. 12 years. Sweetheart, you're going to be in jail all for 12 years. All the years of your life where you're actually pretty and men want you, you're going to be behind bars. And you're going to come out a nasty fucking little... Lock her up 12 years. What do you guys think? Lock her up? Lock her up? I know John McCarter's probably in love with her. I get it. John, you're fine, John. Stop crashing out, bro. You're crashing out over people who are playing jokes on you, John. You got to understand that. Dude, I don't understand how 2 hours goes by so fast. I literally start the podcast and then it's like 2 hours are gone. Why does it go by so fast? Does that mean it's a good show? I don't understand. Like, it literally goes last time I checked, it was already 50 minutes into the show, and I'm like, dude, I just started the show. Now it's 2 hours already. Guys, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Thank you guys for the support today. It's been a fun show. Yeah, I know Jay Sledge. I do think she's attractive too, but this is the perfect case of like, don't stick your dick in crazy, bro. It's not worth it, okay? Okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth. That's how you end up with some sort of charge of like, he did something to me. You got to stay away from crazy women like that. Okay, it's a really good show. Thank you, Jefe. I hope it goes as fast for you guys. I might be here tomorrow if Ping is also if John is here. Oh, you know what? I got to get to the Buffalo footage because there's other. I have shit here I didn't get to. But yeah, I want. Okay, so look, because I'm going to take the weekend off. However, if the EBT wars do kick off this weekend, I might be forced to do a show to cover it. Not sure yet. But yeah, this is Buffalo today. When the EB card doesn't swipe, the truth comes out. Last night, the Red Apple quick fill in Buffalo, Lower East Side, where I love, it's turned into a war zone. The moment the benefits dried up, the savages came out. Let's see. I wonder if this is real and really connected, or, because sometimes this shit just happens. There's some neighborhoods, this shit just happens. But yeah, this is supposed to be Buffalo. I mean, this might be just a regular fucking crash out in the hood. I'm not sure.
It's live out here.
Yo, they really going off for no reason.
Oh, hell no.
I've never been to Buffalo. Buffalo is one of the few cities I've never been to. Is Buffalo a problem? Is like Buffalo a shithole? Like, what's going on in Buffalo?
They doing too fucking much.
See what's going on. It's hard to know what's going on. Are they robbing the store? Is that what's going on? And there's only one cop there? I'm guessing they're looting that fucking convenience store, and that cop is just by himself and outnumbered. Oh, here comes more cops.
Undercover out.
I don't know. I don't know if this is connected to the EBT crash out or not. It's too hard to know. But a person, according to this person, the moment the benefits dried up, the savages came out, kicking in doors, storming the aisle, stealing what they could, while the police stood outnumbered, waiting on reinforcements. You see, when dependency fails, chaos follows. This is what happens when you raise generations on free. No ethic, no discipline, no God. Yeah, I mean, this could be what we're going to see a lot of. I mean, tomorrow's the beginning. Tomorrow's November 1st. A lot of people said be worried about it happening tonight on Halloween. But, yeah, if something kicks off this weekend, I'll come on and talk about it. But otherwise, I'm going to enjoy a weekend off. Kick back, take care of some things I need to take care of. Thank you, guys. Been a fun show. Appreciate the support. All you guys so supportive this week. It's very much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the shows this week. Again, maybe one this weekend, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. As of right now, I'm planning on taking the weekend off, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. If something crazy happens, we got a bunch of looting going on. The EBT wars kick off over the weekend. I'll do an episode for sure. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the support. You guys are fucking great. Love you guys. Thank you for everything. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe if you go shopping this weekend, okay? Maybe order the groceries, get the groceries delivered just to be safe. And yeah, don't eat too much candy tonight, all right? Give the candy to the kids. Stay away from the candy. Much love, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode, okay? Y'all have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not.
Thank you, Rabbits, for the 10, brother. Have a great weekend. Thank you, guys.
Internet friend, I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like, and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like, and ring that bell if you want notified.